Welcome back, Tyrrell fans. I am so sorry it has been the better part of a year since we last spoke. And I apologise as well if I sound a little echoey. I'm still getting everything back in order to be up and running. It's been a very challenging year, I'm sure for you guys as well. And I'm sorry that we weren't able to share it with some retro F1 action, but we are back. And hopefully I'll encounter no more technical issues, no more work issues, no more health issues. I hope all of you are doing very well. I'm not as exuberant and excited as you would think I would be coming back. That's largely due to the sad loss of Murray Walker. I'm going to speak quite openly now. It's actually hit me pretty hard. Normally, celebrity deaths or whatever, it's sad, of course, but it's kind of take it or leave it. But I think Murray Walker, more than perhaps any other television personality, kind of felt part of everyone's family. At least in the UK, I don't know how it was in the other Anglophone nations where I know his coverage was broadcast. But for me, he was and will forever remain the voice of Sunday afternoon. All my best memories of Formula One are partnered by the sound of his voice and this crazy exuberance for the sport. Just a love for the sport that was so deep. It's remarkable. Yes, he tripped over his words occasionally. Yes, in the 80s and 90s, he may have said some things that today would probably get him #cancelled. But, he was everyone's cheerful grandfather. And certainly, I don't think I would be as in love with our sport today as I am if it hadn't have been for him. Just a unique figure. I don't think any other high-level sport had a character quite like him. Not just in terms of his personality or what he brought to the table, but also a figure who was just so universally loved. I've never met any other fan who doesn't like Murray Walker, and within the paddock itself, I mean, this is a man who could walk into any garage at any time, and I don't think you could say that about anybody else, because he was seen as a friend to everyone. I think also perhaps it was the fact that he wasn't supremely technically minded. He was a fan in the layman's sense. He painted the picture, he told the story. So, Ferrari didn't really care if he was kicking around the garage looking at the back of their car, because he wouldn't know what it meant anyway. Honestly, a sad loss to us all, as far as I'm concerned. And I hope you'll all join me in sending best wishes to his family. 98 years old is, or 97 I think he was, is a pretty good innings, and the one thing I think we can all be grateful for is that he was 100% Murray right up until the very end. If you check YouTube, you can see footage of him even fairly recently, where it's the same old Murray talking the same old Murrayisms. Sad times. However, I can't think of a more fitting tribute than Tyrrell time, because Murray was a fan of Ken Tyrrell and his team. Not so much a fan of the drivers towards the end of Tyrrell's stint in the sport, although he did have a bit of a soft spot for Tora Takagi, who sadly left us. Anyway, with that in mind, let us kick things off. So we are very, very close now to the end of the 2004 season. That leaves us 2 or 3 seasons left in Tyrrell time, and then we're going to have a new playthrough kicking off. Currently, we have 2 equal number 1 drivers in the form of Shinji Nakano and Dario Loretti. I'm going to take a sip of coffee. Hold on. Nakano currently 7 wins to Loretti's 2, 86 points to 42. Let's take a look at the standings if we can. If I can remember where this all sits. It's here, isn't it? No. I've completely forgotten everything about this game because it's been so long since I last played it. There we go. We are currently running away with the 2004 Constructors' Championship. Benetton, Sauber and Minardi, the only teams yet to score. There's the familiar sirens, for those of you who've been here a while. Shinji Nakano leads the Drivers' Championship, 86 points. That's 36 clear of Damon Hill for McLaren in second place. Mick Hakkinen for Williams in P3, and Dario Loretti P4, 42 points. Now, honestly, I'm a bit disappointed in this tally. I wouldn't expect Loretti to match Nakano by any stretch of the imagination. But I would kind of hope to have seen him in P3. Hopefully he can close that gap to Hakkinen by the end of the season. I think that's a reasonable target to set. Because it's been about a year, let's see what's going on. Nakano and Loretti and Carl Eisen are all under contract for next year, so that's good. We are replacing Franz Kaiser with Ian Phillips in the commercial department. Osamu Goto is with us till 2006 and has an affinity with Shinji Nakano, which is big help. Gustav Brunner is staying as well, and he's got an affinity with Dario Loretti, so we're in a very good position there. And then we're replacing Robert Dassault with Mike Calnshaw. That's a bit of a trade down, but honestly, the mechanics have been the core of this team since the very start. We have quite a bit of wear on the cars, which we'll deal with shortly. Next year's car already complete. We are complete with the 2004 car. Just one moment. Let's go back and see what the rules look like for next year. What can we keep and what can we not keep? Electronics and hydraulics and the clutch. So let's maximize these, please. And then of course, obviously, end of season, we're working on driver aids as usual. Please homologate, you contemptuous bastard. No, never mind. In terms of sponsors, we have 100% coverage. That's pretty good. And that looks like a solid sponsor package. We are still maintaining our partnership with Mugen Honda. No works deals in this playthrough. Oh, I hate to blow my own trumpet. Well, actually, I don't. But that is fantastic coffee that I've made. Sometimes my genius is staggering. Let's take a look at the bonuses. We've got all the bonuses unlocked as well. Man, it's almost like we know what we're doing. Isn't that a scary thought? Okay, so as far as I'm concerned then, this means it is time to strengthen some of our departments. Do we have space in commercial? No. In design? No. But I'm going to do it anyway. And in construction, we do have space. Okay. That's good news. 3.3 million in the bank. I don't know how our cash flow is looking. Not good. We're actually spending more than we're making at the moment, but as long as we've got next year's cars complete, we do. We've got 4 cars for next year, so that's totally fine by me. Let's upgrade our cars, and then we'll bang out some spare parts and hit the track. Also, while we are doing the housekeeping, big love and huge shout out to my broadcasting life partner and very good friend Simon Smith, who's been battling COVID for I think 12 weeks now. We did manage to record a failcast last weekend. However, he's still coughing like he's at death's door occasionally. Hopefully all of you guys have dodged the coof. I genuinely hope that is the case. But of course, nothing but my very best wishes to all of you. Let's do some testing. Nice. Okay. Got no repairs to do because for once we're not crashing the cars, so that makes me a very happy 0. Everything's set up correctly there. I wonder actually, no, we've got them pushing enough, I think. I'm going to keep an even setup for both drivers. I don't know how much Loretti's maybe being compromised by tyre choice, but it shouldn't be at every Grand Prix, so I'm not totally convinced. We have a new power unit, which is good news. Why was I using this one? Ah, yeah, because it's better. It is. But I've done a Murray myself there. It's just better. So yeah, we want the best Tyrrell spec. Yeah, it's all good. Loretti's on the softs, so actually he should have the advantage in many cases, but it seems he's not able to capitalise on it. Anyway, off we trot to the Luxembourg Grand Prix. 23 degrees and dry. Do it for me, boys. Oh yes, do it for Murray. Well, there's a 10 up for the books. Dario Loretti taking P1 on a 1:18.548. That is not a gap as big as I would like to see to the Williams of Mika Hakkinen. Alexander Wurz, his teammate, lines up P3 next to Tora Takagi in the Jordan. Damon Hill and John Fellows in the McLarens, P5 and P6. Pedro Diniz for Jordan, P7. David Coulthard in the Arrows, P8, and then Shinji Nakano languishing down in P9. I guess the hard tyre is not the one to be on for qualifying, but it should be fine in the race. 23 degrees, dry, strong wind. We will one stop the Shinj Master on lap 34. He'll get fresh boots for both stints. And likewise fresh tyres for Dario Loretti, 2 stopping lap 23 and lap 45. Do it for Murray, boys. Perfect. Dario Loretti takes the win from pole position, 1:32.12.849. He's only slightly down the road from his teammate Shinji Nakano, 1:32.16.363. That is a big haul of points for us. That's definitely, as if things weren't beyond doubt already, but that's definitely put things beyond doubt, and it means Loretti should have finally moved into P3 in the Drivers' Championship. The podium's rounded out by Mika Hakkinen's Williams. Olivier Panis in the Arrows has a good race. He started outside the top 10, but he finishes P4. John Fellows finishes where he started, P5 for McLaren, and Tora Takagi, the last of the points, going to Jordan. In the Drivers' Championship, Loretti is actually moved up to P2, which is great news. Only 1 point clear of Mika Hakkinen and 2 points clear of Damon Hill, but hopefully we can hold on to that advantage. Shinji Nakano is obviously your Drivers' Champion for this year, and Constructors is completely beyond doubt. Interestingly though, the closest battle really seems to be for P2. It's definitely come to an end now, but Williams, McLaren, Jordan and Arrows all theoretically in the mix up until this point in the season, so it was very tight just behind ourselves. Oh, delicious coffee. Okay, let's check the news. Yeah, not much. We have the regulations for power units and fuel and tyres confirmed for next season. And we made a profit, which is important as ever. Let's go to the design office really quick, see if we are getting anywhere. Yeah, I don't think our design team or current facilities can handle what we need here. But we do want to invest some time there. Speaking of facilities, we've got a supercomputer in development that should help us. We don't have enough money to expand the factory at this time. We have a lot of new engines. Oh no, we don't. That's okay. Everything looks good. Let's upgrade the tech on the cars. Obviously Japan, the possibly the most important race of the season for us, given the nature of the playthrough. So let's try and find some important Japanese sponsors to take along with us. We can't take PlayStation, but we can take Bridgestone. They are Japanese. And oh wow, we didn't actually do a very good job of maintaining relationships with Japanese sponsors, did we? Alright, MasterCard, fine. You let down Lola, but you not let us down, so whatever. We're still pushing, of course, to get guarantees on our deals for next year, but I think everything's looking pretty hunky-dory in that sense. What are people writing me on my phone? Nothing interesting. Okay. I'll tell you what, while I'm doing more boring household stuff, in terms of the next playthrough, I will be finishing the Sauber playthrough, by the way, do not worry, never fear, but I do like the 2 playthrough system. I was thinking, I owe the people of France many apologies for the jokes I've made over my 11-12 year internet broadcasting career, and it kind of feels like the best way to do that would be to do a Prost playthrough with a French super team. And I don't know what you guys think about that, but if that would be of interest, please don't hesitate to let me know. Otherwise, you know, we still had an idea to do a British super team with Stuart, and what I'm working on is because I really don't want to risk this machine. This is an old Mac that I played this on with Windows XP, and it's the only time I've got the game to work somewhat stably. I'm trying to find a way to get it running on my newer Windows 10 PC. And if I can do that, then I can finally start taking risks with mods, and we can try doing some modded seasons. I know there's been appetite for that for like 2-3 years, and I keep saying I'm going to do it, and I really am. It's just I love this game so much, and it was such a pain in the arse to get it to work that I've always been scared to tempt the computer gods into take-a-thing away my Grand Prix world. Identical setups again. We've got no updates, no new tyres or anything to worry about. So let's round out the season in style for Murray. 22 degrees, cloudy as usual. No pole this time. Damon Hill continues. I remember actually now, Damon Hill's McLaren has been on pretty solid qualifying form, as has Hakkinen in the Williams, but Loretti puts it P2, 137.278. Nakano again P9, the hard tyre not the one to be on here, but the split strategy just continually works for us, so I don't see any reason not to continue. Who's outlying here? Olivier Panis had a good turn in the arrows, P5. Wow, Sauber hugely off the pace. The best part of 2 seconds for Emmanuel Collard and his stupid hair off the back of Marini's Minardi. Otherwise, Prost are building their own French super team actually with Jan Trulli and Stefan Sarrazin. Not much news otherwise. 21 degrees, overcast for the race. That'll keep the tyres nice and cool and give us a bit more power out of the engines. Yeah, lap 26 will bring in Shinji Nakano for his singular stop. The hard tyres are definitely lasting in pretty much all cases, so I see no need to deviate. Bombs away, chaps. Shinji Nakano takes the final win of the season and clinches his Drivers' Championship. The podium rounded out by Mika Hakkinen and Alexander Vogt in the Williams, P2 and P3. Toru Takagi brings it home, P4. He's had a very solid season at Jordan. So has Pedro Diniz, actually. He takes the final point, P6. Olivier Panis, P5 for Arrows. Another good turn for him. Everyone up to and including Laurent Redon in the Stewart P10 has been lapped. We finished the season. Loretti finishes P3. He should have been P2 in my opinion, but I think we can let him off. We won't fire him just yet. Nakano is your Drivers' Champion by quite some margin. Additionally, 154 points makes us Ken Tyrrell and Murray Walker Constructors' Champions. 154 points to Williams 84. Congratulations, team. So, join me next time, dear friends, when we will be doing the usual pre-season preamble ramble. It's so good to be back. Please continue to take care of yourselves and each other. Much love to all of you, and I will speak to you again very, very soon. Bye-byes.